What is availability bias? So availability bias is one of the most frustrating biases that humans suffer from. And in very simple terms, availability bias means we tend to believe things that are easy to remember. This is obviously extremely dangerous for a cancer patient. We may misremember things. We may get information from idiots that is very memorable, and unfortunately, we then believe it. Idiots tend to speak in quite memorable ways. They tend to use a lot of dramatic language because they're idiots. So, availability bias is something that you come up against all the time as a cancer patient trying to choose treatments and make decisions about what you're going to do. So when you are reading about treatments, be very careful and be very aware of the source of that information. Look at the style in which it's presented. If it's overly simplistic, there may be a lot of hidden details there that are incredibly relevant to your situation. So we need to be careful about that. Just because something is easy to understand doesn't make it true. Unfortunately, we tend to remember things that are easy to understand, and we tend to believe things that we remember. So yeah, availability bias is deadly, absolutely deadly, and it explains a lot about the state of the world. So when you're looking for information, when you're talking to people about treatments and treatment decisions and what to do and what not to do, be very aware of availability bias. Cancer is very complicated, meaning there's lots and lots of different aspects, and it's also very complex, meaning the interrelationships between the different aspects make it really hard to predict what outcomes are going to be. So when you're told about some amazing new treatment and you're given a dramatic, clear, simple, easy to consume explanation of why it's so great, this should sort of set your spidey sense tingling, and you should think, is this really true? Does this person have an agenda? Have really key details been missed out to make it easy to understand, to make it easy to explain? Yeah, availability bias is an extremely big problem online. It's one of the reasons why memes are so successful. It's one of the reasons why urban myths are powerful. There's a not very good book called is it Made to Stick by two brothers that explains like why things are memorable. It's not a very good book, but it is actually worth reading because the general idea is pretty good. The brothers are like, one of them's called Chip or something, which is not a good sign. But yeah, Made to Stick, the book about why some ideas kind of persist or some are really memorable even when there's no truth to them at all. So yeah, worth a look. So I hope that has served as a warning about availability bias. Any questions you have, please write a comment and I'll get back to you as quick as I can and maybe make a video in answer to your question.